Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dan the Glassman here. Welcome back to the Glassman's world. So I'm out here at a job today, having a water break. Water is life. Every drop counts. Always remember that. Never forget. Every drop counts. We are all drops of water in this vast ocean of life. Water is life. Every drop counts. So let's go take a look, guys. See what's been going on. So working on this yard here. This is a really nice, well-kept yard here. As you can see, beautiful flowers, lots of garden beds, lots of beautiful things going on here. And wanted to... Oh, okay. Cards?
Cars have a van.
Oh.
Do you detail the emotion?
Yeah, I do a car detailing, and I also do a house cleaning.
Hey, I might need the floors. I have a house cleaner, but I might need you in between.
Oh yeah, and I can do like the grout in between.
Oh my gosh,
I can get the grout like that as well.
oh my gosh, she should. So like in between.
Yeah, I've got that Norwex brush and the scrubbers and everything.
Oh
and
my
we got a
goodness.
deep clean paste.
And like I can't, cause I hate this so much.
Oh, I see.
But
Yeah, well, I still offer the same, you know.
yeah. But I would really, yeah, if we can do maybe section by section.
Yeah,
So
no problem.
something like
Yeah,
that.
let's plan for that on the next time I come by.
But I would like the car has been washed and cleaned for years.
You want to do that one next?
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's a car wash just down Lumberflow where it's self-serve, so you can do the wash.
Well, I can do that, or I can use the Norwex. I have a car kit that I'll just use all water and it washes everything. I can basically wash the outside and the
So you
inside.
wash it here?
Yeah.
Okay,
Right here.
that
All I
maybe
need is a bucket of water.
we can plan that
Okay.
next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah, we can do next week or a few days, whatever. I'm actually available all these days.
Next week would be better. Well, let me check my calendar. Let me check my calendar. It needs to be the inside.
Yeah. Do you have a vacuum here?
I do.
Okay, perfect. Then I don't have to bring one up, and then I can just bring all my car kit. Everything fits in my backpack.
Okay, great. That would be great. It needs to make it so bad.
Yeah, I can definitely help you with that.
Okay, great.
And if I leave before you get back, I'll let you know.
Yeah, just send me them out and I'll get it.
All right, sounds good.
You. That.
All right. So we're back, guys. So sorry, I thought that my client had actually left and gone on her walk already. I didn't realize that she was still here, but she was asking me if I could help her from other stuff coming up next week, the next time I'm here. So I also offer to do car detailing, wash, wipe, and vacuum, and then also I do house cleaning, car wash and house cleaning all with Norwex. So guys, this is what I'm up to today. As you can see, this is the type of work that I do. It's all hand pulling, and this is the type of yard that I love to work in because I'm not just in some sort of like a lot of times I'm doing yards where it's just all xeriscape, and so it's just nothing but like rock, super hot, way too hot to be working in those types of yards. And or I work in the yards that are just completely been 100% neglected, and they don't have any sort of growth or anything like that. So those types of yards, they're really hard to maintain and to keep the weeds at bay. it's a lot easier when you have other things growing, because then, you know, the plants that you want to grow, they actually take up the water and the nutrients from the soil and all that stuff. And so right now we're just going through hand picking all of this stuff here. I should probably bring the bag closer so I'm not just walking back and forth here. We got this bag completely full here. So this is the type of yards that I love to work in, where I'm actually helping individuals, those who are actually in need, can't physically do this on their own. Maybe they're disabled, maybe they're a little bit older, just unable to maintain their own yards because of their physical capabilities. And so these are the type of individuals that I prefer to work for and to help throughout life and things like that. You know, because there's a lot of people who are completely capable. They just don't maintain or manage their time properly. And a lot of homeowners, they forget that part of the responsibility of owning a home is also keeping it, you know, maintaining it, keeping it well kept. And so, yeah, so then they have to hire outside help to come and take care of that for them. But this is the type of stuff that I love to do. It's extremely tedious work, you know, getting in here, getting all the details. Got to make sure I don't pull the wrong plants. Got to make sure we're not pulling any of her vegetables or fruits, as I don't know if you guys know or not, but tomatoes are actually a fruit. And so these are tomato plants right here that I'm thinning right underneath this hollyhock. And so we got to try to get all these roots up. So you see that, how I just go in by hand and pull them all up by the roots, just like that. So this is the type of yard that I really, really love. This is actually something that I manifested. Like, what's interesting is this is only the second time I've ever been here. And my client just left on a walk, I believe, or about to leave on a walk. Completely trust me 100% already. And yeah, it's really nice to have that trust with individuals that, you know, I just barely meet and start working for. All right. So we're just going to continue working here and pulling up all these weeds. So this is what I do, guys. I go in and I grab all these different, you know, just weed out whatever is not necessary. You know, plants, weeds are actually just plants that, you know, they have some sort of medicinal value or quality to them as well, but they're just not wanted. Weeds are like the plants that are just not wanted, you know. These are like those, and I won't say it. I was going to say something bad, but I'm not going to say it. These are those unwanted individuals in your garden that you don't want to have around. So you get rid of them, right? You got to weed out the things that are going to cause issues in your environment and your surroundings. So all these plants are going to cause issues with tomato plants, because we want to make sure that the tomatoes get all the water, all the nutrients from the soil, and that no other plants are leaching it. Now, one thing that's cool to learn about is companion gardening and how that works. Where you plant, oh yeah, let me recover this. Had to move this cage out of the way so I could get in that corner there. There we go. We got that tomato right there. I had to go in the back and clear that all out. I still got to get over here and clear this out. I didn't realize that. So we'll get in there. But we're cleaning out all this area here in this tomato garden here. I think this area is all nice and clear. Now I can Just clear out this little front area. Probably have to come in from the other side right there. So yeah, this is what I do, guys, on the side. It's fun. You know, here, let me just turn this around. I can have a little combo. Maybe. Can I turn this around? There we go. All right. So, as you guys know, I'm Dan the Glass Man. This is the Glass Man's world, but this has nothing to do with glass. What this is actually me keeping my sanity. This is for my own good to be out in nature, to be out in the sun, in the environment with the rest of the living creatures and the planet here. Because when I am blowing glass, you know, I'm really just stuck in what I call a dungeon, you know, with the dragon. You know, it's the torches like the dragon. I don't know if you guys hear that bee flying around me. It's like right in my ear right here. I don't even know if I'm allergic or not. But like I said, I like to be out here with nature. And I believe the bees know that they know I'm no harm and no threat to them. They never try to attack me or anything. Predatory and defensive and things like that. But yeah, this is my way of keeping my sanity and being out in nature, getting back to nature like I always promote, guys. You know, it's extremely important for our health, for our well-being, for our minds, our bodies. Getting that vitamin D, being out here in the sun is extremely important for your own immune systems, building up your immunities. You know, being out working in the garden also. You know, you're messing with the soil and all kinds of natural bacterias and things like that. And that's always good to have with in your life as well. Alright, so we're just clearing out a bunch of this grass here, guys. A bunch of grass. You know, a lot of people love grass, but in some places you don't want it, so then the grass becomes weeds. Right? Any unwanted plant is basically a weed. Alright? You don't want to become a weed yourself in life. You don't want to become unwanted. You want to find your place and not try to show up in the wrong places, trying to grow a lawn here when what's actually being grown is a garden. So, you know, the lawn is not necessary here. It's not needed and it's not wanted. So in life, you want to make sure you don't go to those places where you're not needed and not wanted. You want to always be able to find a place in life that you're needed, that you're wanted, that you find that you feel that you're necessary, you know. So offering yourself like this, giving yourself devotional service. Yet I know, you know, devotional service, usually you do that out of the kindness of your heart and things like that, and usually you don't get some type of payment or whatever. But you know, that's also something a little bit more spiritual and a little bit more profound when we really get into the nature of devotional service and things. But me being able to take myself out of my glass blowing studio to then offer this time, which usually I'd be on my torch right now, right, in the mornings, but being able to offer my time, that is my devotional service. Being able to offer my time to others in a way that is necessary for them, beneficial for them, then this is a form of devotional service. So, and then the other thing too is the client that I'm working for. Like I said, this is only the second time that her and I have met. This is the second time I've been here, and the very first time that I came over and we started talking, we just randomly started mentioning something about, I don't know what it was. I'm not sure if it was lockdowns or different things. But then all of a sudden, I come to find out that my client actually knows a lot or is paying attention to a lot of what's going on in this world and all the devious acts and things that are like tricking us right now and making us question reality and everything right now, and like all kinds of stuff that's happening. There's so much stuff that's going on that we're having to question in this world. Especially like things that are going on with the presidential race and all kinds of other stuff. It's so crazy right now what's going on in this world. And you've already got people who are starting fights and arguments with one another to try to prove their points, even though they don't even know 100% of what's going on. The world is never going to know 100% of what's going on. This whole situation that we're in right now is a whole nother, it's like JFK 2.0. It's JFK all over again. We're never going to know. There's 3 different shooters in the grassy knoll, right? Once again, out there in the grassy knoll, out there by the water tower on the building where the director of Secret Service failed miserably to do her job by protecting a very important individual in the world, whether or not you like this individual or not. You have to admit that this individual is one of the most important individuals in the world currently, being that he is the former president. And we got all kinds of stuff going on right now. So the one thing that I love about my new client too is, I have no idea which party affiliation my client is with. I have no clue. And I don't even care. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. I actually don't really see the difference I don't see much of a difference in either. All I know is that you get one party in and they're all forcing their agendas onto you in one way. You get another party in and they're forcing their agendas onto you in another way. I see no different. All it is, to this republic for which it stands, right? This is one nation under God, to the democracy, right? This is like a democracy under the republic. And so it's supposed to be both the Democratic and Republic, and yet people are trying to like choose sides, and it's like you can't choose sides. It's like, okay, choose what side is better, the inside of your body or the outside of your body? Which side? Come on, hurry. Choose a side. Choose a side. Which side? The inside or the outside of your body? Which is more important? It's like neither. They both function together, right? That's the problem, guys, is we have created a bipartisan situation here. We only got 2 choices. So you either choose the better of the worst. It's like, what? What kind of a democracy is that? You choose the better of the worst. Okay, that sounds fair to me. So what I love about my client is the fact that we can have these kind of conversations, that she's actually paying attention to these things that are going on, and the fact that she just understands everything right now that's going on is extremely questionable. I had a client during COVID, and because of the situation, the conversation was pretty much open to the public. Everyone was talking about what was going on because everyone was trying to figure out what was happening, you know, and having these conversations and things. And I mentioned something about the VAERS report, the vaccine adverse event reactions website, right? And how I mentioned how only 1% of those reports, or that the reports that are there is only accounting or contributing to about 1% of what's really going on. And they had, like, at that point during, I don't know, it was like 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and that during that time mentioned that in the VAERS, VAERS.org or whatever the VAERS website is, right, where you can report your vaccine adverse event reactions, the VAERS report. And so she ridiculed me and said, "Oh my gosh, you are so ridiculous," and like called me all these names and stuff. And I'm just like, excuse me, but I'm sorry, I don't like being disrespected. It's uncalled for you to disrespect someone who's here working for you. And thanks, but I'm gonna go now. And I just like walked. I didn't even care about getting paid, you know. And I just left that individual having to try to find good help during that time when everyone was scared to go work for anyone else, you know. And I wasn't scared. I'd show up, you know. If they were scared, they could wear masks, right? If they were scared, they could go get the jab if they wanted to, right? To protect themselves. But to force that stuff onto me, that was a little bit ridiculous. And then well, and I never had any clients try to force that onto me. But to ridicule me when I was simply just talking about how there was information that was being withheld, and not even on purpose, just the fact that because people don't want to take the time that it takes to, like how much time it takes to fill out the VAERS report. You know, no one wants to spend all that time filling it out. I mean, there's even people who start filling it out and then they don't even complete the form. So only 1% of the actual incidents have been reported. And so this individual tried to ridicule me and say that I was crazy, basically, for thinking that any of this stuff was true. And I'm like, okay, whatever, later. And so, and then I was working for her sister, who she recommended me to her sister, and just for no reason at all, her sister decided, well, I don't want you working for me either then. I'm like, okay, cool. Good luck finding good help. So I prefer to work with individuals who have an open mind and can have an open and honest conversation. You know, we don't even have to have an argument or a debate about it. Like, let's just talk about what it is you've heard, what it is that you know, and what it is that I've heard, what it is that I know. So then we can move forward together in all of this, you know, and try to figure it all out together. But I don't know. People are just adamant about their way and their opinions, and it's their way or the highway, right? Like, I don't know if your parents ever told you that or whatever, right? It's my way or the highway. I think the problem is a lot of people grew up in that type of mentality, and they so of individuals that I prefer to work for, someone who has an open mind. You know, I got here today. Like I said, this is only the second time I've been at this client's home, and got here and right away. So how you been doing? Like, oh, I've been good. You know, just been trying to keep track of all this crazy stuff that's going on. And right away she's like, oh my gosh, me too. And like, and we just started having a conversation. Like, you know, I try to, you know, get to work as soon as possible, talking about the different things that are going on and the different stuff that's come about, and the yesterday with Cheadle, and the fact that, like, oh my gosh, this individual is a, you know, an older individual. I, you know, if I ever saw this individual, I would probably think more conservative, and wouldn't think of certain things. But right away, I didn't even bring it up, and this person was like, I think that they got rid of Biden. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you already know about this too? Like, wow, she's pretty on point with the things that are going on. So it's really good to be open-minded about things and to not formulate opinions right away on just like um, one or two pieces of evidence, I guess. You can say evidence, right? I don't know. If you guys were paying attention and you were following the whole entire hearing yesterday with Cheadle, you'll know that the FBI has told her how many shells were found on that roof, how many shots were actually fired from the roof because of the shells, how many rounds were found um, in the crowds, you know, things like that, the bullets themselves. You know, she's got all that information, but she was lying through her teeth, saying how she had no idea on the timeline of any of it. And it's like, aren't you the director of Secret Services? This is your job, is to know this. Like, you should have individuals, constituents, your employees, the people below you. They should be doing all this homework for you, and then they simply just present you with the information, right? But no, she wanted to blatantly lie, and they caught her, which I think that she might get in trouble for perjury now, because she was sworn in to testify, and then she didn't testify. What she said was that she had the information, but because the FBI was under, because they also had their own cases and things were under investigation, that none of it could be spoken about. And it's like, this is the investigation, lady. But, you know, people want to believe that whatever it is they want to believe. They don't want to know how all the connections are and things like that. It's pretty wild. But I find it really awesome that I can have these conversations with new clients like this. This is the type of individual that I would love to work for all the time, where we can just sit and talk, chill, and I can help with whatever. Like, you know, just right now, I was asked if I could help with the car. I was like, yeah, I actually offer to do car detailing, wipe on the inside and the interior, and vacuum. Not a super deep clean. I don't do all the upholstery and all that kind of stuff. But eventually, I will start offering that. And $30 an hour. I'm the cheapest on the market. So if anyone needs any of that sort of service, hit me up. If you're local here. Let's see if I can get rid of this whole thing here. Okay. Got rid of that whole hollyhock there. That thing is bad. It's so crazy. I don't know if you guys are scared of bumblebees and things, but I got bumblebees flying all around me here. But I do try to move around very slow and gently when I'm around them, because I don't know if I'm allergic or not to to any bees, wasps, anything like that. I don't even know how you find out. Do you guys know? How do you find out if you're allergic? Is there some sort of like a blood test, or which I don't like to even give blood to anyone. That's kind of vampiric to me. You know, I'm one who doesn't even like have a doctor. I don't see a doctor. If I ever need the emergency room, then I'll go see a doctor. But other than that, you know, food is my medicine. The garden is my doctor. That's why I love working for clients like this. You know, this individual does all she can, I'm sure. But there's some things that physically she's not able to do, especially with cleaning up all this and maintaining it. But it's a beautiful yard. Let me show you around again real quick, because this yard is so beautiful. It's really awesome. We got all kinds of plants all around. Look at that. Is that chamomile? I think that might be chamomile right there, right? Beautiful. All kinds of different plants. There's oregano that's like a bush of oregano. I'm like, whoa, I've only seen oregano growing like on the ground. I've never seen a bush of oregano. And then behind that there's white sage, and on the side of that, between where the hollyhock is there is a nice mint plant. So we got to clean out this area here and a little bit more here. So I'm almost done over here, and then we're gonna clean this, and then we're gonna go into the front yard. But this is all nice now. No more grass and these tomatoes. I do gotta clean over here though, so we can't forget that before we leave this spot. But yeah, guys, this is a beautiful, beautiful home here. This is the type of yard and home that I would love to continue finding more clients that have yards like this, and those who actually need the help, who are physically unable to do it all yourself, you know. So if you need my services, just let me know. Come hit me up sometime. I'm here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I'm gonna keep going till it reconnected again. I'm probably gonna have to let you guys go because my phone's probably just bogged down, doesn't have enough memory, and can't do long videos anymore. So that means that the video quality is bad, and I'm gonna let you guys go. I don't know what I was last saying or what you last heard, but I was just mentioning him for this new client. You know, I try to offer a really reasonable rate as for what I do, you know, including house cleaning and the car detailing. You know, I simply just ask $20 an hour, and the reason that number 20 is because that's the minimum that I make when I'm on my torch blowing glass. That is the minimum that I make. I make anywhere between you know, $20 to $100 an hour. You know, it all depends on what I'm making, who I'm working for, if it's wholesale, if it's retail, if it's a custom order, if it's a one of a kind. You know, those kind of things are always extremely important in determining the cost and my rate. But when I'm doing this sort of stuff, I mean, this is just yard work. So $20 an hour is what I offer, but I have a lot of clients who, on their own accord, decided that they like my work ethic, they like my work, what I do, how detailed I am, and they just started paying me $30 an hour. So, of course, I'm going to always take those jobs with those clients who offer me $30 an hour over anyone else. But then, you know, I have individuals who maybe they only do $20 an hour, and but you know, they're like a constant, like every week, once a week, or twice a week, or at least once a month. And those individuals, you know, we may have something else set up to where like I said, 20 an hour is what I'm happy with, and anything more than that, I'm very grateful for. So, you know, to all my clients out there who've ever just offered to pay me more when I didn't even ask for it, thank you so much. Like, I really do appreciate that. It's amazing. And then, you know, and then there's other jobs and stuff out there that I can do that would pay more, moving jobs and all kinds of stuff like that. But, and you know what's interesting is actually moving jobs. I used to only get paid $10 an hour. So, truthfully, a moving job doesn't pay more. Not all the time. All right. Look at that, all that grass. All right, we're gonna clear. I think this is pretty good here. And I can always come back next week and clean it up a little bit better. But I know she was more concerned about the front yard, so I really want to get to that before I run out of time on her today. Oh yeah, and the other thing too that I love about my clients is the fact that I let them know that my wife, she's disabled, so she needs my help back at home. So I let my clients know that I prefer to work as early as possible. So if I can get here by 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes even 6 o'clock. There's only been a couple times where my clients were up as early as 6 o'clock. But I can get there by 6 o'clock if you need me to. If I work earlier, it's better for me so I can get back to my wife and kids. And yeah, and then I can help out my wife because of her disabilities and her inabilities to do certain things, you know. And she might look young and healthy, but there's days when she's wobbly and has issues and will fall down and stuff like that. So I got to make sure my clients understand that if I have to leave for my wife, that I'm just going to have to go. And so that's another thing too, is being able to find these clients that are understanding of my own situation and know that if I can't finish it today, I'll be back. You know, you don't have to worry. If there's a job that's incomplete, I'll be back. But, you know, there could be some jobs where it's like, I had a job where they were going to have a wedding reception in the backyard, and I couldn't just come back for that one. Oh, what's going on? That's the sheriff? Black helicopter. Military of some sort. Coming from the mountains, because I'm really high in the foothills here, so they just flew like over to San Diego. That's interesting. Wonder where they're headed. We have a lot of military presence here. Where they're headed, Kirtland Air Force Base, but I mean, where are they headed after that? All right, well, I think I'm gonna let you guys go, but I just wanted to kind of share with you guys a little bit of the type of yard that I prefer to work in and the type of work that I do. I just wanted to share with you, like, you know, this tedious kind of stuff. You know, you can't just come in and just spray everything down, chop everything down with a weed whacker. This is where you really have to come in and do hand picking of the weeds. That's why I offer to do this, because this is the sort of client that I would prefer to work for, is someone who has a garden and needs help with maintaining their garden and And even possibly with harvesting. You know, if she needs help with harvesting, I can do that too. All right, well, I'm going to continue working here, guys. I'm going to let y'all go. Just wanted to share a little bit of my day with you here, and what I'm up to, and a little bit of what's been going on this week, and talking about being able to have open and honest conversations with each other without creating like these, like segregating and separating each other. You know, this is going to be the whole entire, like we're going to be losing friends again over all this, just like what happened during COVID. You know, a lot of people just decided, oh, you don't have the same opinion that I do, so you're no longer like mine, like I am. It's like we're all humans here. We all have we have a lot of similarities. Our bodies, our minds, how everything functions. You know, we have a lot of similarities. We have a lot more in common than we think we do. But it seems like people are enjoying the segregation. People are enjoying the disturbances and the disruptions in our daily lives, and they would prefer to pull you up like a weed and just uproot you from their existence because they can't handle a good, open, and honest debate. They can't handle. They only want to be right, and if you ever make them feel wrong, then that's when they get all upset. But if they ever feel like they're always right, and they're like always got one over you, you know, then that's, I don't know, it's a very narcissistic way. And this situation is creating a lot of narcissists. A lot of people who are just all about, well, if you ain't gonna listen to my opinion, then I don't want to be your friend anymore. Or family members too, telling you that you know, they don't want to be related to you anymore. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, but our biology, our bloodline, we can't ever remove that. Sorry. Even though they're trying their best, you know, creating the new biohumans and stuff like that. Is this stinging nettle? What is this? This is a very interesting plant right here. And it's poking me. I'm wondering if it's stinging nettle, or if this is just something that she doesn't want here. I'm trying to clean up all around it and under it. It's gonna be funny if she says, oh, just take that out too. Okay, that looks good. Oh, are you guys still here? Cool. So, I was thinking about letting you guys go, and then I was like, yeah, let me just keep you around for a minute. So what do you guys want to talk about? I got my chat on. I don't even know if the chat's on. Let's make sure the live chat is on. If you guys want to say hello, what's going on? Oh, check this out. I'm wearing my Food is Free shirt. So this shirt here, Food is Free. The Food is Free Project.org is a company or an organization that I got involved with many years ago. And then they started a chapter here in Albuquerque called the Food is Free project ABQ. And what they do is they go around getting free food. So that's one cool thing too about working in yards and stuff is, you know, a lot of times I can clean up some areas and stuff, and instead of throwing away the branches of plants, like throwing away seeds, I can actually collect it. So the Food is Free project is all about growing enough food, growing an abundance of food, and then sharing the wealth out. And it's a beautiful organization that started in Austin, Texas. I forget who the individual, what his name is. But years ago I made him a beautiful piece of glass, a necklace. That was it was the carrot. This was the symbol of the organization. So he's got a glass carrot that he wears by Dan the Glass Man. And very soon I'll get back to blowing glass. Kind of just took a break from blowing glass right now. It's interesting. People don't really buy stuff for a while throughout the year, so instead of struggling with sales, I'm like, screw it. Let's just go make some money. Being outside, help my service in a place where I'm feeling necessary, wanted, and needed, and then also being able to help someone who is actually in need of help, you know. So it's good. I feel like the karma goes back and forth in that way, and it's a beautiful thing. Look at all that. I'm just picking up weeds. You know, one client that I would love to find here in Albuquerque is someone who grows cannabis. Someone who wants to start growing cannabis. Someone who's got a big old yard that they ain't doing nothing with, and maybe they want to plot some sort of a garden, whether it's cannabis or whether it's a vegetable garden of any sort. That is something that I would love, is to find a client that I can do that for. That would be great. I think my client's back, guys. I'll be right back. Let me find out. Actually, you know, I'm just gonna let you guys go. But yeah, if you guys know any new clients like that, that would be really cool. But thanks for watching. If you need any work, let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. And let me know in the comments below on what you guys know about all this crazy madness that's been going on. Alright, we'll see you guys soon. Have a good day.